welcome back to my channel. This is my first video in the new year, so I would like to tell everyone Happy New Year. And yes, I know it's been a minute since I posted, but I'm going to make it my duty to do better on that. So today's video, I have two quotes for you today that I kind of want to elaborate on and then go, just let my mind do this and my mouth do this. So stay tuned for a video about peace. Today we're going to be talking about peace and worrying, things along that nature. Okay, so my first quote is, worrying does not take away tomorrow's trouble. It takes away today's peace. Now, I like to use metaphors or analogies to kind of paint a picture. So imagine this beehive. Okay, stay with me. This beehive. Now, on a normal day, the bees are, living their best life, doing what they're to do, going in and out of the beehive. Now, let's say someone takes a bat and hits this beehive. What's going to happen? You're going to have all this chaos, all the bees going wild, going crazy, and they're not enjoying that peaceful, life that they were just living. So think about your life, or anyone's life, where if we are constantly thinking about tomorrow, thinking about the tomorrow's trouble, instead of living in our peace, we are living in that chaotic beehive, type situation. So in saying that, knowing that, tomorrow is tomorrow, it hasn't even gotten here yet. So why are we constantly, putting that stress on us when we could be in the moment, living our best life, putting our best foot forward? Because if you really think about it, if you're going through your day stressing over things, that hasn't happened, or things that, things that aren't happening, then we're not really, focusing on what we're doing in today, what we could be doing, to make today better. We're not living in that peace of today. So again, worrying does not take away tomorrow's trouble. It takes away today's peace. So next quote is, you will find that it is necessary to let things go, simply for the fact, or simply for the reason that they are heavy. Sometimes we put stuff on ourselves that are either out of our control or just things that we shouldn't even be worrying about. So with that, I want to use the example of when you go to the gym and lift weights. Now, I haven't quite reached the point to where I can go to the gym, and lift these ton of weights. I mean, I have these dumbbells behind me, but that's about it. So for those of you who go to the gym and maybe do bench press, I think that's what it's called. Just imagine that, well, I'm gonna go back and say like beginners who are just now going to lift weights. Now, this is all about knowing your limits, as opposed to you putting 50 pounds on that bar and then trying to do 500 pounds on that bar. It's knowing when it's too much weight, knowing what your limit is. So if you know that you can't handle 500 pounds of bench press, why would you deliberately put that much weight on you? Same in these situations to where we're worrying about things that are out of our control or things that are just too heavy. Why put more on you than you already are handling? Now, it's not to say that we can't challenge ourselves, because yes, we do need to challenge ourselves so that we won't be stuck, in one spot and everything. So, but it's about knowing when too much is too much, what's too much. So really think about that. It says you will find that it is necessary to let things go simply because they're too heavy. And if that's not a good enough reason to let something go, I don't know what it is. Now, what is? Now, one important thing that in that situation, in both of these quotes, we have to understand how important our our mental health is, our mental state. Because we could, put too much on us that we just get burned out and we're no use after that point, So really focus on these quotes about worrying and not putting too much on you. Don't worry about something that has not occurred, something that's not there yet. I stress the thing that tomorrow is not promised. So, I mean, you could spend one day, worrying about this is happening tomorrow when honestly, and I don't want anybody to get sad or anything, but honestly, you could not be here tomorrow. And with both of these quotes, I am preaching to the choir. I'm talking to myself too, because right now I'm in a point in my life where so many just unfortunate events have occurred, and it has caused me to kind of think about the future. Like, what am I going to do then? Because this is not here and everything like that. So I'm having to kind of, say, breathe, you just live for today. And I know a lot of you have heard the saying, take it one day at a time, I can't speak today. Take it one day at a time, go step by step. And that's really what we have to do. We have to focus, just live today. Be in today, be in the moment of today. Don't worry about then, because by then, something else could change, what you thought was going to happen. So, and then if that happens, then you just spent all of today worrying about something that, didn't come true. So technically you just, I'm not going to say you wasted the day, but where you could have been, living your best life. I like that saying, living your best life. But you could have been living your best life, and today you were spent with extra weight and extra worrying that ultimately is bringing down, your mental health, your mental state. So with both of those quotes, and I'm gonna repeat them one more time. I know I said them like 4 times already. The first one was, worrying does not take away tomorrow's trouble, it takes away today's peace. And then the second one was, you will find that it is necessary to let things go simply because they're heavy. Eliminate that unnecessary weight. Don't add too much weight on yourself. So this is what I wanted to share with you all about worrying and living in today's peace. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry for any stumbling and any extraness. Sometimes I can be a little extra, but I hope by me sharing, some of my story, and I'm gonna go back and add something else to that, because if you know me, you know that I like to do this and this and this and this, all at one time. I like to, just be involved. And that's another thing that I was telling myself, Bree, you can't know your limit. You can't just take on everything and expect not to get, burned out or tired. So just knowing when it's enough, when you have enough on your plate. And then also worrying about other people's problems, because if you're an empath like myself, you care about people and you just want to help them any way you can, but sometimes it's knowing when you need to put yourself first. Make sure that your mental state and everything is okay so that you can help someone. So again, I'm not trying to take on too much at one time, and eliminating the heavy weight. So again, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe, like, share, comment on this video. I really want to know what you all think about the topics and the quotes that I have shared. So I will see you next time. Well, I always say that. I won't see you, but you will see me. Bye-bye.